Hello, and, again welcome to the This Movie Is As Computer-Rated Gaming channel. Today we will be playing some modded Master Revengeance Modded Terraria. The two main mods featured will of course be Calamity and Thorium. Anyway, let's start this playthrough. This playthrough started just like any other, with the dismantling and flattening of the local terrain. Since I spawned with a light copper axe, I could do this faster and begin building the house sooner. Due to me playing with all of the mods, I spawned with free resources in the form of weapons and potions, which will come in handy later. But before we do anything useful with those potions, we will need to go around and kidnap free resources, as well as checking caves for unprocessed metal, gems and life crystals. However, I will need some protection from the harmful creatures, so I will have to fabricate some wooden armor before exploring the right side of the world. And after making said wooden armor, I created some rather useless wooden weapons, which I barely used. Apart from that, nothing noteworthy happens until I discover two living wood trees with lots and lots of chests, which contain stuff ranging in value from free money to kinda useful. But the best thing I find in the area is actually in a gold chest under the trees. The item in question is a pair of Hermes boots. These are extremely useful for getting around faster and dodging stuff in boss fights. I also happen to find a boulder trap with a boulder in a position where I can destroy it before it destroys me. RIP worthless boulder, you won't be missed. After instantaneously relocating my body's atoms back to my house, I upgraded my trash virgin wooden armor to a full set of Chad Ebon wooden armor, although not before dying to the stupidity of the guide opening doors for no reason. However, before we can continue, I must address an issue. You may notice the lack of these bars anywhere on my screen, and this is because I was not in Revengeance mode since I didn't know how to enter it because of my lack of modern Calamity knowledge. If this has affected you in any way, feel free to cry about it in the comment section below. Now that I am actually in Revengeance mode, I can finally go and explore some caves for metals, gems and life crystals. The first thing I did after entering this cave was locate some stone to make a furnace so I could smelt any ores I came across into ore. Whilst in the cave I came across a wolfram gyrator, which I vaporized immediately and then proceeded to salvage some wolfram metal scrap and a wolfram battery which I could equip to increase the rate I obtained more wolfram scrap. However, wolfram armor was almost entirely removed from the game, so the scrap is rather useless unless you play as a summoner. But I wasn't, I was playing as a mage. Fail montage time. I know that seemed a little weird to just randomly put that in, but it essentially condensed 30 minutes of me mining, dying and getting life crystals, which is a boring process, hence the montage. Moving on from that, I finally crafted a furnace and anvil, as well as some storage components for the magic storage I will set up later. Now that I could craft better stuff, I decided to smash a ruby, some crushed fallen star as well as a not crushed fallen star together to make a red rock called siphon, and after getting more stars I did the same with an aquamarine and an amethyst to make the stun and confuse rocks. If I obtain all of the magic rocks and smash them together, then tape the smashed rocks to a stick, I can obtain the magic stick, which fires randomly colored projectiles that inflict various debuffs on enemies, ranging from fire to life steal to potions and more. But enough about magic stick that I obtain in the future. It's time to talk about the magic weapon I obtained right now. It's called Wolfram Prosthesis, and this weapon is a beast in early pre-boss pre-hard mode. The weapon's primary fire is a laser which deals decent damage, and the alternative fire is a vacuum which magically drains magic essence from enemies and converts it into mana, essentially removing the mana cost as long as I manage my mana effectively, which I do as that is a core feature of playing as a mage. After all that crafting, I decided to do some exploring and eventually found the desert temple. Inside is a chest with unique loot and a small chance for worthless cosmetic items. Luckily I got the amber grappling hook, which is useful for exploration and gives my character a mobility boost. And with that boost I decided to explore the underground desert, but I only ended up exploring some death, so I went to the jungle and found some jungle spores as well as more death. Since dying is boring, I crafted an infinite piece of rope and went back to the caves. In the caves I found more life crystals and collected web to be able to make so I could make silk armor, and after sprinkling some crushed fallen star onto small quantities of silk I created the full silk armor set, which was perfect for an early pre-hard mode mage like myself. The armor set bonus gave me a magic damage boost when above 90% mana, which would be all the time because of the extra mana regeneration the set gave me, as well as my main weapon's vacuum feature. Nothing interesting happens for the next half an hour or so until I come across this sunken sea biome. This biome is my favorite biome in all of modded Terraria gaming, no all of gaming in general, and this is entirely based on my love of the biome soundtrack combined with the biome's aesthetics. I am going to play a clip of the sunken sea theme so we can all appreciate it together. Now I could talk about the Sunken Sea soundtrack all day, but I must move on. However, before I continue I must give credit to tmodloader, aka the guy who made the Calamity mod soundtrack, for making the Calamity mod soundtrack. Now, actually moving on from the soundtrack, I must talk about the catastrophic gaming error known as forgetting to press play after pausing the OBS recording. This error causes the rest of my footage to suffer from being extremely boring, since the parts where I do things such as start my elevator, exploring the Drayden Sky Lab, building some NPC houses and fighting the King Slime. I know it's stuff you would want to see, but I can't show it because I don't have footage of me doing it. But do not fear, I will make it up to you all in the next episode of my ultra modded Terraria series. Goodbye and thanks for watching.